certainly can, because nobody fucking looks, right? If 3/4 of the population does not even look, and then the 1/4 of the population looks but is down all kinds of conspiracy holes that they cannot prove, like for example, what the hell's the name of that channel? Stop the Crime. Stop the Crime channel. You know, I like that lady and everything. And then there's a fucking good 1,000 or probably more runoff channels of their channels. Like Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth. He's big on him, calling them chemtrails, and he's into all the... he's a flat earther, but he talks about these alien craft all the time. Not fucking alien craft in the clouds, Jamie, you fucking dipshit. And I don't want to be a dick or anything, but I'm just fucking sick of it, man. It's been fucking 3 years. I called out everybody, and nobody real is gonna come to the forefront and fucking go look at this shit. It's fucking stupid, man. Or, I'm sorry. It's ingenious. It's fucking genius. The way you guys all work, man. It's fucking, it's unbelievable. And they steer everybody down all these wrong paths. Same way I was saying that Brian Austin Lambert was trying to do with me, is bring me down the wrong paths, drag my feet, pay attention to shit that really don't matter, that I can't prove, you know, shit like that, you know. What I'm showing you, you can prove. This is all evidence of things that you can see for yourself. Everything, the nanometallics, the mineral streets, what I'm telling you about them. The mineral streets are put there to control the weather. The 7.8 billion zombies know this. They don't want to fucking look. What they want to do is turn on their television and be programmed by a weatherman or a weather woman, you know, great smile, big tits. And they want to be entertained and told the weather that way. They don't want to look out their own fucking door and say, what are we doing today about the weather? Where are we sending a storm to? While I'm on the mineral streets, I'm going to mention, learned a lot about the mineral streets even more in the last year or two. Every fucking day, every week, every month, just from watching shit, I'm learning more and more, obviously. Okay, I always wondered, when I used to call them chemtrails, I wondered, all the chemtrail people that are out there wonder, why do they stop it at night? Why do they stop like a half hour, an hour after dark, I would say, you know, dusk, I should say, you know, right after dusk. They kind of get the fuck out of here. You only see a couple of them here and there. You know, 10,000 a day minimum. Right now, there's way more than that. Ever since Biden came back in, not to get political, because I think it's all a fucking scam too. It's all a joke. I mean, it really happens in our conscious world, but it's again because of the 7.8 billion who want to fucking argue and fight with each other rather than just go see things for what they are and say, fuck this, man. Let's just take control back of our system ourselves. No, it ain't never going to happen. Entertain me. That's what everybody wants. Entertain me. Anyways, one of the things I always wondered about was why no nighttime shit. A lot of people out there have wondered this, and I figured it out. I see it now. You can see it now that I've been watching lately, especially over the last couple months or so. You might hear me talking in the research vids about watching the directions of the clouds and all that. All right, so what they do is, and then you heard me also talk about an eraser. And usually I'm just back and forth to the camera and I'm not talking directly to you all like I'm trying to do right now. So hopefully this video goes up. Okay, they're using the energy from the sun. Electric flat earth. Hopefully you guys come to these because this is important for you. You'll get this and you'll probably take off with this part too. They're using the energy, we use the energy from the sun in order to steer the storms, in order to steer the minerals in and out of place. And we also use sine waves, sound resonance, from these eraser jets that I call them, the erasers. They're not really erasing everything, but it kind of works like that. Like on an Etch-a-Sketch, you would use the energy of shaking your hand, right? You take the Etch-a-Sketch, you draw out a picture using the carbons, the lead carbons that are inside the Etch-a-Sketch. Then you would, after you draw your picture or whatever, you're going to shake it up and erase it, right? You're just using the energy from your hands to shake it, and kind of use that as an example. And they can do the same thing with the clouds. When they want to push off the clouds, you'll notice that they can part the black from the gray, from the brown, from the white, from the silver, from the red, from the yellows. You'll notice they can separate them in colors. Now, they cannot change the imagery. They can take the imagery out of your vision by putting it all to one color. What they're doing is, we are doing, the human population, when we do that, and it obviously has nothing to do with a visual, is not the reason they do it. I just happen to notice it because I got the visual on the whole system, so I happen to notice this. So when they're sending off the darker minerals for a storm that they got coming, I've been watching, what I'll do is I'll go and look at the internet and see where the storms are hitting. Like the other day I said, oh wow, they're pushing them like they were going at opposite directions every fucking day. And I don't know. This was just weird. It was very strange. So we are obviously disrupting, interrupting, and pushing around our natural system, the real natural system that I'm trying to show you all. That you can all go see for yourselves. This is not anything that you need any intelligence for anyway, so drop your intelligence bullshit. Okay, so that had to be said. I wanted to say that. So yeah, anyway, so the sun's energy is the reason why they only do it during the daytime. So then with the sun's energy, it has its natural push and pull that it has. So when they send an eraser through, they're just pushing them whatever direction the natural energy is already going, but they're just giving a certain minerals a push. You'll see it. You'll notice it once you start watching all this. You'll see it. And obviously, in our past, everybody already knew this. I was obviously the only asshole that wasn't told over the last 6,000 years or something, because every time I tell somebody about it, they just say, oh yeah, we already know. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, then what the fuck are we doing then? It's fucking stupid. What's some of the other ones I wanted to talk about? Okay, so whether they're dropping Metellus onto our heads, like some people out there are claiming that the Morgellons is dropped out of the jets, and then you got people like Harold Kotz and thousands others claiming that it's space alien dust and all this kind of shit, It's none of that. It's not any of that. It's nothing religious about it. You just gotta back up, step back, and look. If everybody were to come together, we would actually be able to, within a year or two, if everybody were to go look and start looking, it would happen so fucking fast, man. It really would. That's why if one of these people who's got 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers, let's say, and they went and looked at what it is I'm trying to show all of you, then within a year or two, you're going to have 20, 30,000 people looking. That many people looking, it's going to go real fast. Believe it, man. I mean, think about this. You'll be able to prove who the fucking true creator is. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. It's a fucking good thing, man. Because right now you're following a system of a bunch of fucking zombie slave fucking humans, 7.8 billion of them, and we have been following them because why? Because our ancestors sold out and dumbed us down so fucking bad that we're not allowed to look anymore. Fuck that. It's our system. We should take it back. We really should. Not the human side of us. This is not a stand up with Trump and fucking go storm the White House thing. This is everybody just open your fucking eyes, go wow. Yeah, wow. This is how easy it was to see the whole fucking time. And my parents and grandparents and their ancestors before them, no one ever fucking saw this. They weren't all ignoring what's right in front of me. Because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, where the fuck is everyone, man? It's fucking stupid shit, man. What's this thing have for minutes? Oh, 57 minutes already, so it's gonna go in a few minutes anyway. What else was I gonna say? So the Metellus, back to the Metellus before this video ends, because like I said, I think I only got, we'll be able to make 1 or 2 more videos and get them up, because I can only do 5 a day, and I already did 3 this morning that didn't go up yesterday. Yesterday, the phones kept crashing on me, so probably will now too, and I'll be fucking pissed, because I'm doing all this talking, and then the phone will crash. Alright, so the mineral streets, I think I got out what I wanted to say about them. Look for the daytime being steered. You'll notice they're not going at night. They're not called condensation trails. They're not called chemtrails. That's conspiracy shit, double time conspiracy shit. I'm telling you, they're called mineral streets. MINERALSTREATS. Mineral streets. Spelled like they're not supposed to be spelled. Pronounced like they're not supposed to be pronounced. All fucking just the way I like it. Fucking say fuck you to fucking lying motherfuckers. Fucking assholes. Anyways, back to this. Okay, so the Metellus, before this thing ends. I got a lot of the Metellus figured out. So the Metellus is in charge of our aging process. And when we take it on in forms of all the other heavy metals and minerals that we're eating on a regular fucking basis, all creatures, all species carry these Metellus, several strains of them each. And because we eat so many things, we are now carrying thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of extra nanometallus that our body didn't need. That's why our livers are filling up. That's why our livers are bloated and, surrounded by them. Our entire bodies actually get bloated from them. This is the cause of every fucking infection, every fungus, every it's every sickness, every ailment that humankind knows. I know it sounds like a lot. I know it sounds crazy, but it's provable. You'll be able to go and watch the Metellus work just the same way that I'm telling you about watching the builders work. The nanometellus are the teardown process, and they get to a biometellus level, but I'm not even worried about the biometellus anymore. The nanometellus are the key fucking element here. And like I said, they're probably even smaller than the nano, they're probably even smaller than that. But again, I don't have terminology for it, so I just stick with what I got. Let's go back over here for a little bit. Yeah, it's a fucked up system, man. It really is. It's fucked up that nobody wants to go look. It's all right there. All right there for us to see. Nobody wants to see it. Fucking crazy. some of these big ones over here, I guess. I'll reset it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so fucking stupid, man. It really is. Where the fuck is everyone? Crazy. interesting.